everybody, this is Salvi here with the VTuber news coming right up for you. Before that, of course, smash that subscribe button, hit that bell, and the like button as well, and let's get right into it. She stepped into the ring and got into the debate, and she got some hate for it, as we're talking about Squchan, a female independent Hungarian VTuber and streamer, and a freelance artist, everything above, and the freelance artist is what's going to be kind of on topic here, because we are talking about the budget VTuber system that is AI generated, that Leaflit has done recently, has gotten a lot of hate from the VTuber community, a lot of love from the VTuber community, depending on what side you are on, depending on what you are doing here, and what you want to do with your stuff and how you feel with artists. It is, that is what is going on there. You're either on one side or the other. Let's take a look at what it actually does here a little bit. So it uses generative AI to do this type of stuff. It is meant as something for people who have $0 to be able to just use this with a PNG or a drawing or something like that, and then be able to make something in real time. And we go in here with trigger point, which says finding an artist with rational take on AI art and VTubing. Let's take a look at what Squchan says here and how people reacted after the fact.
Literally have a
like, I'll be honest, I personally wouldn't use this, but do you think it's fair that when you're trying to start out as a streamer, you have to pay over $10,000 just to have a chance at having a model? Or sure, you can buy it for like, you can buy a pre-made one, but that's a pre-made one. Everyone and their mother using it. You wanna have a chance to be unique. You don't want to be fucking, I don't know, Suika Avatar 9999.
I see that, yeah.
Right? You want to be your own person. But the thing is that just the art, mind you, from a mid artist, not like a good one, is going to be at least 1,000, if not 2,000. And then you have to get that rigged. A good rigger who is not going to give you like a Hololive rhombus is going to be at least 2,000 as well. At least. Listen, Filian is an amazing streamer, but look at her, even she got trouble. She wanted to get her Nandroid and she couldn't, because the artist who made that pre-made avatar didn't agree. So it's not good for her either. Why do you think she probably has to do this whole like rebranding or whatever? If she's coming back, it's going to be probably with a brand new avatar that can be...
And that is a very common sense take. When you think about it, it is a very common sense take. It is, especially nowadays. What she means by mid is she doesn't mean like, oh my god, their art is mid, their art is not good, etc. What she means by mid is middle of the road, expensive wise, and what you're going to be getting on top of that. They're good artists that are a lot less expensive than others, but she's talking about like middle of the road, not like really, really high end, that are like doing the ones for Shy Lily and those ones. The ones that are doing it for Shy Lily, they're like thousands of dollars. The ones that are doing it for like Diariku and the people that do those type of things, like those type of artists, they're thousands of dollars because the people are on waiting lists for them. And like even myself, that I have the 3D, this was not like, it wasn't that's just like a $0, which is what this Leaflit thing will be. I started out with a PNG. It started out with like, I think it was like $20-$30 for the art originally, but that was back in the day, and that was through Fiverr. If I wanted to do it through like VGen or something like that, minimum for something that would be used commercially, like $200-$300, even for PNGs for commercial use that I could use as merch. I could use however I wanted. The things that I have now with the Vroid, I designed my Vroid myself. I rigged the general Vroid myself. The only thing I had added on were the ears that I had someone else rig, because I'm not really good with bone structure, and the tail that I have here as well, which I also had rigged because I'm not good at bone structure. Those were added on top, and those themselves, even back then on Fiverr, which was much cheaper back in the day, it was still like, I think $150 to get both of them done, and that is on the cheap end. And then we have the redo of like the 2.0 of my facial structure and things like that I had done, the blend shapes and things like that. That was another like $100 or so, and that was just basic blend shapes. Well, not basic for me, but still. That was still not, it's not super expensive compared to the Live 2Ds and the actual full-on Warudo ones, like things that Zentreya gets and things like that. So you can get basic stuff, yes, for cheaper. but there are sacrifices that have to be made. I love the artists that worked on this, especially my blend shapes and things like that. But there are sacrifices that have to be made, always. You know, waiting times, things like that, if you want it a little less expensive. Sometimes they don't want to give you the commercial rights because you're less expensive. So you have to worry about all that stuff. And that makes sense for me, why people are being like, oh, you know, this is okay. Over here, you can easily get a good model maker, less than 2.5K. There's tons of overseas artists that don't charge that much for models. There's a whole group of people who will tell you this wrong as well. But at this point, I think it's versus AI. They won't comment anymore. I'm speaking mainly from the perspective of an already established streamer, waiting up their game and invest rather than layman streamer. Numbers suggest at least 1,000 to 2,000 is a bit off for VTubers to get started. That's so much money, legitimately just be named a top rigger. You really don't have to invest that much money to succeed. And thank God we have Net Marketplace, because you can legitimately find riggers of VGen optimized setup. They can rig your baby in 24 hours and they will bill you $150 in the end. Oh, I didn't even know that. Okay, that's something different. You still need the model art though, ready for rigging. It's really about how much value, time, and quality you put into quality and convenience. Despite the folks that much like Homeless scrape off and try to make the best with little they have to invest, I do agree with the commercial rights thing. It's practically a must, and those usually cost at least 2x the price of a model itself. Yes, because I have looked on VGen. You go on VGen, commercial rights are plus 100%, which means that if it's $100 that you're getting the art, etc., to use commercial rights for it, it's another $100 on top of that. Top riggers and artists typically are $5,000, $10,000 bracket, if not more. Most mid artists are $1,000, $2,000 each if you're America or dealing with someone in the UK. Low tier artists and riggers sub 500. 7 years of VTubing has shown me a lot. 3D models tend to be cheaper and more flexible overall, however. So there's that. It can be expensive though, depending on the method. If you use Vroid like myself, you can do it yourself. I learned Vroid in a couple of weeks and was able to get enough knowledge in it that I was able to do it well enough and modify it and make it work for myself. The hair color, the hairstyle, the hair rigging, all that I had to do myself. So that was something extra that wasn't done inside of Vroid itself. Like, that wasn't just a standard box standard thing. So yeah, a lot of people have, you know, positives and negatives about this. Another thing, Finny got in trouble because she stole the model, not because she used it. No, it's not. She didn't get in trouble because she stole it. She bought the model. She bought the pre-made model. And what ended up happening is that she assumed that the pre-made model came with just some, you know, commercial rights, which it didn't, and that's where the artist had an issue. She didn't steal it. She joked that she stole it. Did not have a license for it. She did not have a license for any of the other stuff there. I think it was a pre-made, you know, one of those models. As far as I know, she didn't really brag about it. I may be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. Right-wing VTuber fans openly admit they're siding against the majority of artists who made the industry. Their open belief is that artists deserve less, often less than minimum wage. And Squchan isn't saying this. I don't know why they decided that was what they're saying. It says, that's nice. Anyway, here's a list of affordable human VTubers, FAI. And down here are riggers that they have that are affordable. And even the model art is $450. Affordable is, it is subjective. It is subjective. It is more affordable, sub $1,000, yes, but affordable is very subjective. That versus free for many people is going to be, you know, the deciding factor. Now for me, I'd rather save up a bit. That's why I don't use AI for like emotes or things like that. I'd rather save up a bit and see if someone can do it for me. I can't save up because, you know, I'm always in the red, but it is what it is. Down here, people are giving this here. They'd rather, you know, this person here is saying they'd rather watch a PNG tuber drawn by a person than AI. The fallacy in 18K model. It's been pushed by scammers that make AI models who are using pre-made AI models, build multiple hundreds of dollars to aspiring VTubers. It is the pandemic lockdowns ended a long time ago. Viewership haven't been growing much, if at all. That's why smaller corporations shut down. Why major corporations are drastically slowed down their new waves. Like Hololive has slowed down their new waves. Could they continue on there? They saw people make it big, and they wanted to get into that as well, like everybody did. Not going to happen. Viewership didn't grow. Most superstars are either still in corpo or reincarnated. Having said that, people can still grow a channel over a minimum of 2 years by mindless grinding. But what's going to push a channel towards the new eyes is not advanced live 2D model. It's going to be clips. If they go viral, clips go on YouTube, TikTok, etc. That's how 90% of viewers check out a streamer. Clips. To get viral clips, the streamer inevitably needs consistent streaming activity. Be a good live improv comedian or get clippable moments. Competent editor. Make sure clips in 10 to 15 seconds or short attention span. Social media platforms. You need motivation, dedication, practice, and talent, which talent and practice means a lot. Either you need to do it yourself, requires video editing, or get someone to do it, and those can be expensive as well. Someone spending 10K on advanced model and is a fool, wastes so much money. The only people who can do that really are right now people that are already well established, and agencies, of course, and people who, well, just have money that they want to spend in order to try this out. I never, ever recommend people go and spend a lot of money to get into this thing. I always recommend go the PNG route, see if you like it, see if your personality fits with what the audience wants, and if it goes well, then you can start moving into Live 2D and things like that. In fact, the community will love it, because it'll be like you started small, then you show progression. That's something that community likes too. You guys let me know what you think though. Ooh, subliminal messaging. Follow the squirrel. Subscribe to the squirrel. This is not a psyop. This is just me being a dumbass. Ooh, subscribe. Anya Nyabyss is a Puerto Rican VTuber, originally debuting in 2025. She was planned to debut with Phase Saga. Everybody, she had, I think, the 3-month hiatus that she had to go through because she had severe personal situation that she had to deal with. She used to be, this is not a secret, she used to be Nana Banana. She even had a Fishman Truck-kun isekai her at the end of her graduation stream for Nana Banana, so we knew where she was going to be. She was going to be in Phase Connect. And recently she did Power World, but she right now is having an announcement, which we're going to go to over here. She's going to be having it at the 18th at 6 p.m. Central Time, which is about 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, depending on what you guys are. You know, other people are sending, a lot of people are sending hugs, a lot of people are sending lots of love. People are, you know, people did, this is how I found out about it, because people sent it to me. And people are praying that it's a good announcement, but there are also people who have found out what it most likely is going to be, and they have some negative things to say about it. It says, yeah, kind of expected after you asked for Ko-fi money for a new model on your PL account. You didn't even try to at all with Phase. You will not be missed. It's because we realize something isn't the correct fit because their health means they can't keep up with contractual obligations. Doesn't mean they should be shoved out the door. Feels like most can see it around hole and square peg and leave it as amicable. I think it's going to be amicable, personally. I think it's going to be amicable. But this is what the person's talking about when it comes to the Ko-fi. In their PL account, which we all know is Nana Banana at this point, she has new Live 2D model, a goal, which is high. This is a goal to be able to debut once again. That is a big indicator of what this is most likely going to be. It's not going to be a surprise for pretty much anybody at this point. It says, you effing serious? Couldn't you have waited at least a day or two longer for this? You've been MIA, but you had to do this on Lumi's 5th year anniversary stream. You're trying to ruin it. All the begging on your PL for money for a new model, utterly pathetic. You won't be missed. Graduation is 6 hours after Lumi's event. You are late Zoomer. Cope and Sneed. Lumi won't suck you off. This is I'll miss her. Bro, shut the F up. Can you be in? Yeah, basically people are fighting in the comments. Can't help but feel disappointed in this. All that time and concern and effort feels like it's gone into nothing. Feels like a stolen spot and a cheap trick. I would agree if it wasn't for this. It wasn't that this seems to be caused by medical problems, both mental and physical. Because yes, she did have a mental health hiatus. If it's graduation, if she didn't join just to check it out and see. It simply seems like something went wrong. Because remember, when she was mentioning that she was going to be going somewhere, she said this is an opportunity of a lifetime. So she saw that as something that should not be squandered. She saw that as something that should not be, just seen as just random stuff. And yeah, it's difficult to remember. She does actually have schizophrenia. At least I think she does. Could be wrong. But I'm not sure if it's schizophrenia, but she did have a mental break when she did end up having to have her mental hiatus, as far as I can remember. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember she did mention that she had some time that she needed for herself, that she had some big issues. I think she mentioned in members or something like that, and that is one of the reasons why she had her stuff. Drama farming on one of your coworkers' biggest days of their careers. Yep, sounds about right. Feels on brand for her. You're not a real person. And we have here the Anya Nyabyss Phase Connect announcement 6 p.m. on 7/18. That didn't last long, probably. Considering she's been active on her past life account, yeah, it looks like she's leaving. In normal case, I'd argue she wasn't leaving because she just joined recently, and Phase Connect is probably a company where there are more understanding of mental health problems and some other ones. However, with her PL recently ungraduating and her starting a fundraiser for a new model on her PL, yeah, it looks like she might not stick around at PC much longer. She might just wait out the 1-year contract, as it tends to be. You know, a lot of them have 1-year contracts. She may just be waiting out the contract and finishing up there. This is all assumptions just based on the knowledge and the stuff that we have right now. It's bad, to be honest. Wish your mental and physical were better. It does, however, look pretty bad. PL activity and her asking for donations for a new model make her look pretty bad. It sucks. I believe she is a great content creator and got dealt in S hand. Hopefully her situation improves and she leaves in amicable terms. I hope it is amicable because Face Connect did give her an amazing opportunity. She even said it herself in her PL. That is an opportunity of a lifetime. It is something that she wanted to do, and it does suck that the mental health did not give her the opportunity to fully enjoy it and to, you know, debut, because a lot of the thunder was taken when she didn't debut during the time of Phase Saga. All the other Phase Saga girls saw a huge amount of growth. She did too, but hers was muted compared to the rest because of the fact she took longer to show up. And that's not her fault. That was a personal situation that she had no control over. No mystery on this one. Kind of glad that there's a set protocol for this. Even though she isn't following it to the letter, we won't get smiling fan art. 5 my power waned. House people brace for the impact. If graduation departures were announced a different way, I mean, there's another way of people get traumatized. Honestly, I don't think it is a graduation. Every time FaZe had one, company always announces it first and not the talent. Personally, I think she's taking a hiatus for her health. I do hope it's a mental health hiatus. Or whatever hiatus. Hopefully it's not mental health. You know what? Let me correct myself. It's not. Hopefully it's not mental health. But if it is mental health, hopefully she takes the law as long as it needs, as long as she needs for it to get better. Hopefully it's just her taking some time for herself and just, you know, preventing burnout, preventing all that kind of stuff. But if it is a mental health hiatus, I wish the best for her. Indefinite hiatus is not really unheard of on FaZe either. Look at Hina. She's been away for over a year because her dad's poor health and the company still has her on the roster. She got committed to mental ward for like 2 months after seeing demons in her soup. She was never going to make it. Yeah, that was one thing that allegedly happened. People have joking about FaZe recruiting mental ward patients, but they actually did it this time. Don't watch FaZe Connect. Didn't she just debut not too long ago? She did. So yeah, people are still talking about a very odd debut. Not as grand as if it would have been with Saga, like I mentioned before. He got very muted because of that. What would have happened if she did debut during that time? I think she would have grown like Nick Daniel, probably because she has the same kind of, you know, gremlin energy as like Nick Daniel seems to have. So I think it would have grown around the same time. I do think it is a shame that the situation ended up being the way that it is. Because it was postponed because of her personal situation. I wish it had gone better. It unfortunately didn't. You guys let me know what you guys think about the whole thing. Froggy Kaido is leaving. As we talk about them, they are a VTuber artist, animator, video editor, and lyricist. They were a part of Vtamini Vtuber group, and that is the group that they are leaving. It is not that they're leaving VTubing, but they're leaving here to departing the group to do their own thing. After careful thought and reflection, Froggy has decided to depart Vtamini to focus on his personal projects. While we will miss him, we fully support his decision and wish him nothing but the best moving forward. To Froggy, thank you for a time you shared with us. We truly appreciate everything you brought to Vtamini, and we can't wait to see where your journey takes you. We hope you'll continue creating incredible music. Over here, we have wishing Froggy and Vtamini the best you do. You got this, Froggy, and wishing Vtamini the best as well. From Yomi, Suzuna, you know, doing the Froggy thing there. Do amazing things, Froggy. We'll miss you so much, and we will definitely need to kidnap you for games in the future. Maybe another peak where we actually stop 5s and stop dying 5 times. So yeah, we will see how things end up. Hopefully things go really well for them. No, not the green. Jokes aside, good luck with your future projects, Froggy. You have a lot of people wishing them lots of luck. Much love to them. It's great to see a person loved like this in the community. I love pushing, like showing you guys the people that are loved. And this is, while it is a bittersweet thing that they are leaving their group, they are not leaving forever. They're just doing their own thing separately. She is celebrating her 1 million subscriber mark. As we're talking about Mikeneko, a female Japanese indie VTuber. She used to be, you know, someone else. I mean, as everyone has their moments of being someone else. But right now she's Mikeneko, and she has done a lot to grow and mature slowly but surely. She is someone who has had quite a bit of issues in the past, at least people not liking her and things like that. People still harass her for some reason. But here we go with 7/18. It's going to be on the 18th, 1930, YouTube Live. Doing a Summer 3D live, a short 30-minute live, but I'd be thrilled if you come by. So it's going to be a shorter live, but she's doing a 3D to celebrate 1 million subscribers. Glad we could do the live show. There's a bit of an explanation there, so she's going to have some background stuff. Not explanation, but I guess announcement is what she's going to be doing. It's the weird way that the translation goes, and it says, looks like you managed to pull it off somehow. Can't wait to see it. Looking forward to Mikeneko's beautiful singing voice. I'm living for Mikeneko's 3D Sans live. Thank you so much for cheering me on. these 3D lives means that she's going to be having, like the other lives that I've covered, where it's just going to be songs singing a 3D performance, which is going to be mocap and things like that, which is awesome. Very glad that she's doing this, and I do hope to see her continue to have great things in the future. Surge, the 3D live musical created by Raki Kazuki and Lazuli, or Lazufish, that's going to be happening at the Offkai Gen 5 Spotlight stage, has made an announcement recently, which is they have a food collaboration event. Food. I love food. That's why I'm a 500-pound Reddit mod. But that's beside the point. Food collaboration event. Surge has partnered up with not just one, but 2 local San Jose food spots specifically for the Offkai period. Introducing Dumont Creamery and Cafe and Spoonish Poke. 15% off each item, exclusive merch at each location, 5-minute walk to Offkai Gen 5. So they're really nearby. And here you have, as you can see here, Essie's Strawberry Dream, and you have Lazuli's Summer Surprise, Hiyori's Sunset Serenade, you have Raki's Choco Mint, Emilia's Ferruro Descent, Pillow's Silly Sweet Treat. And you have the other ones here. Spicy Rock and Raccoon Noodle Bowl. We have Peachy Peachy Poke Bowl, Nemu Nemu Poke Desu Bowl, Blessed Bowl, the Bard Gone Fishin' Bowl, and Emil Yum Bowl. There, you can see all of them there. And if you are in the area of Offkai, you can go and check it out because they do give 15% off of each item. That's awesome. Great that they're doing it. Glad that they are able to get a collaboration event with both the Poke Bowl and the ice cream shop. That is great. They are going to New York. At least some of the people in Hololive, underneath Hololive's Productions banner, are going to be going. And where are they going? They're going to AnimeNYC, August 20th to the 23rd, which is a anime convention. It's kind of like AnimeExpo, but for New York. It is a large anime convention. And because of that, they are going to be having a big splash. Here's a special key visual exclusively for the Hololive Meet Super Karaoke Party Summer Wave NYC, featuring Mori Calliope, Kobo Kaneru, Koseki Biju, and Nerissa Ravencroft EN. And here you go here for the look that each of them have for this. The swimsuit, very conservative swimsuit considering the whole situation there. Attendees who purchase gold or silver tier tickets will receive a postcard featuring the Hololive Meet Super Karaoke Party, the key visual. Silver tier tickets are still available. Don't miss out on attending this special piece of art. Attaining the special piece of art by grabbing your ticket today. My God, you have them there. Artwork looks fantastic. Feels like it's going to be one of the highlights of AnimeNYC this year. My God, they look so good. Since this isn't going to be a large, like a humongous event, it's going to be more than likely inside of the convention center and more than likely inside of a room in the convention center in a part of the hall. I don't think they're going to have the ticketing issues that other Hololive events have had. I hope not. But this one just looks like a karaoke party. It is hopefully going to be a very fun time for everyone involved. Hololive is, as you can see here, a large organization with a long group of VTubers, a long list of VTubers, both in HoloStars and Hololive, because Hololive Productions controls all of them. Today we're talking about specifically them and VEXpo. VEXpo is a VTuber-centric exposition or convention happening, I believe, in Europe, in this case, in the UK, I do believe. It is going to be in final 2023. And they're having their next one soon. They're going to have a lot of wonderful people. Chroma Shift, Tome Umari, lots of announced guests, lots of things here. But the ones that we're talking about specifically are Hololive guests. They are having a big thing here. The people who are going to be at VEXpo don't go anywhere yet. Some of our biggest announcements yet are to be uncovered. So they're going to be having some people at VEXpo. They haven't announced exactly who it is yet, but when it does get announced, I will let you guys know. They're just kind of a preliminary thing, letting you guys know that, yes, they are announcing that they are going to be going to VEXpo. That is huge for any convention, especially one that started in 2023. Just that's 3 years old, and it's already getting able to get a large group like Hololive English from a large agency like Hololive going there. And I think people are going to be very excited with whoever shows up. Whichever one of the girls shows up, because they're all super popular. So whichever one of the girls show up is what's going to be going there, and people are going to be having fun with that, of course.
then she was like, "Good morning. Can I call you on stream? I want to ask you something." And I said, "No, I have to goon a little longer." And she said, "Fair."
She said fair.
Does anybody else do this thing where they wake up and then they really look down and they see their like junk or whatever they have, and then they go, "Ooh la la."
Well,
You
I
wake
mean,
up, you
that's a certain that I've never had that situation. That I guess that's a certain amount of self-love you can have.
look down, it's there, and you go,
I'm not quite sure anyone other than Krelly goes ooh la la when they look down. But okay, let's go.
"Ooh, for me? I forgot I had this."
Oh, what the
That's
fuck?
common for men, but what about for me? I'm not men, but I still get really
Well, yeah, she's not
excited.
men,
Like, I look
but
down
holy
and I'm
hell.
like, "Oh, ooh la la. Ooh, what do we have here? Don't mind if I start masturbating."
Holy hell. Krelly, what the fuck? Thank you guys for watching as always. And of course, take a look. And if you enjoy everything, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell notification icon, all those things that YouTube asks of you. Really do appreciate you. Have a wonderful day.